Hello and good morning, students. Since many students requested me to reteach the chapter Nationalism in India, I decided that I should start afresh. Today, we will see what happened in India after First World War. This is very important chapter, and as far as Central Board of Secondary Education's guideline is concerned, we expect summative answer pattern in the final board examination. So students, as we know that the First World War from 1914 to 1918, it was a war that claimed millions of people's death. This was a time when they suffered a lot. So when the World War was reported to have ended in 1918, the people of India, along with the people of entire world, they started having some hopes that now something better will come. But what happened that, as we know that wars are always destructive. So when the First World War ended, thereafter huge crisis emerged in India as well as in other parts of the world. How did it all happen? We will see it today. The first and most important thing is that when wars are fought up, then the poor, they have to suffer a lot. So the poor countries suffered a lot, and these big countries like Great Britain, France, etc., they also had to tolerate many problems. The war loan increased, it destructed the economy, expenditure increased, and when the war was being fought at that time, all countries, they decided to recruit people from the rural areas, because to fight a war you need soldiers, and millions of soldiers were killed in First World War. So what they thought that since when the war was going on, they decided to recruit farmers, laborers from rural areas, and that is why agriculture also got affected badly. It also created unrest among people because many of them didn't want to fight. Many of them wanted to lead their life as it was. And this forced recruitment, it created unrest in almost all parts of the world. Thereafter, the story didn't end up here. Crop failure came. From 1917 to 1920, crops were failed in major parts of India, and that is why the people, they were unable to understand what they should do. Later on, influenza epidemic attacked India, and people, they started thinking that their sufferings will have no end. Crop failures, influenza, and forced recruitment, war loans, increasing expenditures, these were the major reasons that the people, they started looking for a good leader, and they were lucky because at that time one global leader emerged on the face of this earth. His name was Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, popularly known as Mahatma Gandhi. Gandhiji returned from South Africa in 1915, and when he reached Indian soil, he met Mr. Gokhale, who advised him to roam around this country to understand the culture, the religions, the living standard of people, their mentality, and many more things. So Gandhiji started roaming around this country, and in 1917, when he was invited to Champaran, Bihar, why was he invited there? Because people, especially farmers and peasants, they didn't want to grow indigo. So when he got an invitation from Champaran, Bihar, he decided to go there, and he successfully led that movement, and he brought victory for the peasants and farmers. In 1917 Kheda district movement, we know that when the crops failed and the farmers, they found themselves to be unable in paying taxes. So they requested Mahatma Gandhi to lead their movement. Gandhiji went there and he successfully led the movement. Thereafter, in 1918, Mahatma Gandhi was invited to Ahmedabad, where mill workers, they were agitating against the cutting down of war bonus, First World War bonus. Gandhiji went there, and the sister of that specific mill, Anusuya ji, she was also protesting against her own brother in favor of poor laborers, and she was with Mahatma Gandhi. So these three initial movements were led by Mahatma Gandhi, and idea was simple. The idea was satyagraha. Satyagraha simply means that fight for a just cause, for a truthful cause, but not with weapons. Satyagrahi is expected to try his level best to change the heart of the oppressor. It means that you do not have any ill will in your heart even against your oppressor. You are expected that you should help the oppressor to see the truth. This idea of satyagraha, it was a new weapon which was used by Mahatma Gandhi, and Gandhiji himself writes in his book Hindu Swaraj that he has taken this idea from Gita, Bhagavad Gita. Anyway, this idea of satyagraha, it soon got popularity across the nation, and Mahatma Gandhi was regarded as one of the most deserving leader of India. Later on, the story goes further, and we see that Mr. Rowlatt, on the recommendation of Mr. Rowlatt, one Rowlatt Act was passed by Legislative Council, Imperial Legislative Council. This Rowlatt Act, this was a very repressive act, and there were some specific this Rowlatt Act had one thing very important, that if police doubt anybody, then police had power to arrest that person even on the basis of suspicion. Means though no proof was or no evidence was needed for police to arrest anybody. Gandhiji found, and he thought that this Rowlatt Act, it is a very repressive act, and this act deserved to be boycotted far and wide in India. So he decided that a satyagraha, a Rowlatt satyagraha should be started, and 6th of April was the date that was announced. Later on, some changes and some small incidents took place, and Gandhiji, when Rowlatt Act was passed, Punjab was the state where agitations grew up first. So police decided to arrest many leaders from Amritsar, local leaders, and Mahatma Gandhi was also barred from entering Delhi. Because government knew that if Gandhiji entered New Delhi or Delhi, then the situation might go bad to worse and worse to worst. So they decided that okay, Mahatma Gandhi should not be allowed to enter Delhi, and many local leaders, they were picked up from Amritsar, Punjab. Martial law was imposed, and General Dyer, he took the command. And here I would like to say that we are going to witness, we are going to study one of the most abnormal and abhorrent incident of Indian history, Jallianwala Bagh incident. Since we know that martial law was imposed in Punjab and General Dyer took command, so what he did that it was Baisakhi on April 13, and people, villagers, they were there in the market. Many of them, since they were illiterate villagers, they did not know about the martial law. So people, they entered market, especially in and around Jallianwala Bagh, and some young people, they started shouting slogan against the British regime. When General Dyer got information, he reached there with his regiment, he closed all the gates, and then he ordered his people, his army, his regiment to open fire. History records that hundreds of people, they were mercilessly killed, and some sources said that there was a dry well inside Jallianwala Bagh. So many people, when they found that all doors were closed, they simply jumped into the wall and they were also killed. This Jallianwala Bagh incident, this is, a blemish on the British regime. Later on, when Mahatma Gandhiji found that this Rowlatt Satyagraha movement was getting violent, he thought, and having thought in a serious way, Gandhiji decided that the movement should be called off and he decided to call off the movement. After calling off this movement, Gandhiji was thinking that to defeat the British in their own game, the people, they should join together. Gandhiji was of the opinion that when people, they come together, when people, they get connected with each other, and the people, when they start fight as a unit, as a single unit, forgetting all their mutual differences, forgetting the differences of caste, creed or religion. So at that time, Gandhiji was busy in thinking what to do, how should bring all Indians together. And meanwhile, he got a chance. After the defeat in First World War, Turkey had to suffer a lot, and the leader of Turkey, he was considered to be the global religious leader of Muslim community across the world. So rumors were there that since Turkey was defeated, so the British, they were in a mood to impose, to weaken the nation. At that time, Muslims, they started a movement, Khilafat movement. Means they wanted that the powers of Khalifa should not be decreased, the powers of Khalifa should remain intact. Gandhiji, when this matter brought to his notice, Gandhiji thought that this was a golden chance to get Hindus and Muslims united. So what he thought, that we Indians, we should also support the Khilafat movement. Ali brothers, they were leading this movement in India, and they met Mahatma Gandhiji, and in a special session of Congress, Mahatma Gandhiji, requested all people that they should support the Khilafat movement. This era of Indian politics, this era of Indian history is considered to be an era of Hindu-Muslim unity. So when Congress supported this Khilafat movement, later on, this became a nationwide movement, and Hindus and Muslim unity was seen very first time in this country. It is true that in 1857 revolt also, we found that Hindus and Muslims, they were fighting together. But here in modern India, we see that Mahatma Gandhi was the first person who introduced unity among Hindus and Muslims. So we will see what happened after Khilafat movement in the next video. I hope students, you will enjoy this video. All important facts have been given in this video. Watch this video, listen to it, and note down important points in your notebook. It will help you write answers in your board examination. Best wishes, good luck, Jai Hind.